there's this idea of intelligence as purely the accumulation of like data.
Yeah.
So I think that does, I know all of the stuff, so I've accumulated intelligence, for lack of a better way of putting it, or that's what it means to be smart, is knowing when the third season of Next Generation aired, or I know the pattern for fucking, what is the name? Zorg? What? The arcade game Zorg? Where? I'm not having a stroke. I'm trying to.
Oh shit.
Oh, you died. I'm sorry. I broke Brent's brain. I asked him questions.
You mean Zort?
Zort? Is it Zort?
Like the old Zort with a K, like the old text-based.
Okay. I don't know. It's some fucking game that, he tried to get a key from or whatever. Old.
Oh, yeah, Zork. Yeah, Zork.
Okay.
You were eaten by a guru, all that shit. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I'm not familiar with that, but it's all these different games and you have to learn, you have to memorize a pattern or get all the points. You have to accumulate stuff, which is that just goes with capitalism like just perfectly.
Yeah.
Because you have whoever has the most money has the most say or whatever. So it's not creativity or pattern recognition. It's just the accumulation of stuff.
It's rote memorization.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not thinking of anything new.
Which comes up very, very prominently in that book. In
yes.
One of the challenges he has to overcome is straight up just rote memorization.
Okay.
And it sounds like the most miserable thing you could possibly put yourself through.
Is it are you talking about like the perfect game of Pac-Man?
No, although that is the way to play the perfect game of Pac-Man, is rote memorization of patterns.
Okay.
Because every map has its pattern of ghost movements.
Yeah, so
he had to memorize them all. And,
but
no, later on, I mean, I guess it's a spoiler.
Oh, go for it.
Okay. But later on, one of the challenges is he has to perfectly recite all the lines from, I think it's War Games.
Oh, that was the first challenge. That was the first gate. He got the key, and then he had to do that. And that was hell. Yeah, that would be hell.
Yeah, that sounds hellish.
Yeah, that is.
He had to perfectly recite the entire script for the movie War Games. And it's like, what does that prove other than that you memorized the movie War Games? And how miserable is that? Oh, dreadful. Like, that always stuck with me.
That was when I was like, I really think there's some neurodivergence in this.
Yeah.
But
there's all kinds of weird, like stuff like the D&D module that he chooses is Tomb of Horrors.
Yeah.
Which is just a really notorious meat grinder adventure that Gary Gygax wrote possibly just to torment players at conventions. And it's not a very good adventure because of that, because there is a whole lot of oops, you died.
It should have had a death loop mechanic.
Right. Instead, it's just like, nope, you got a new character, and he comes in. It's like, now like one of the first things you can do if you go in like the obvious entrance to the dungeon, it's like a ceiling will collapse and kill everybody. And there's all kinds of that. Did you use your 10-foot pole to check for traps? You didn't? Oh, you fall into a spike pit and you die. All that. The statue, you can put your hand in, and if you do, it takes your arm off. There's all kinds of this. It's just a meat grinder.
It sounds like that Gary Gygax was having some difficulties with fame.
I mean, I think so.
I'm going to say that maybe
Because I think he would get really annoyed by people at conventions telling him about, their 20th level characters and wanting to play with their overpowered 20th level characters in like convention games. So he decided he was going to make an adventure specifically to annoy those kinds of players.
Yeah.
And that was Tomb of Horrors. But it's like, it's just kind of one of those, there were other like better classic adventures that you could have chosen. Like I think Expedition to Barrier Peaks is the crazy one that has this an alien spaceship.
Okay.
And it's full of like alien mushroom men. And you can find like a laser gun. I don't know, it's just much crazier.
Yeah.
And then at the end of that whole thing, like what he finds the Archlit, the Demi-Lich of Sararak, and they have to play Joust, but they just play Joust on virtual arcade cabinets.
I am going to say that I kind of legit enjoyed the imagery of that.
Of the witch playing an arcade game.
Yes, because I think it made me think of Bill and Ted's Bogus Journey.
Yeah.
That death was like best 2 out of 3, best 3 out of 5. Like
now you have to play Twister.
Yes. So yeah, was it?
Which I mean, again,
William Sadler.
Yeah, William Sadler.
Okay, yeah.
The incredibly versatile
head of Sector 41. I never remember the number.
31.
31. I never remember that number. Starfleet's favorite Nazi. So it made me think of that, but also the idea that this D&D style lich was just playing this old quarter crunching box arcade game,
hammering away at the buttons.
Yeah. Like I like there are times that I think there is some creativity in the book. I am in a part of the book that is hellish. I'm halfway through, and I'm in the part of the book that Jess skipped a bunch of shit, and she freely admits that she skipped a bunch of shit. And like where he's talking about like his VR rig and all that kind of stuff. It's like this is not good. Like this is
Is that where he's depressed in his apartment?
Yeah, and
Yeah.
After he gets dumped, he gets dumped,
and he talks about his sex doll.
Oh my god, just
which is amazing. It's amazing stuff.
The couple of paragraphs about his sex doll, but the thing is, like, and I feel like that that section of the book was almost an interesting conversation about how technology is going to change sex, honestly. Like,
yeah, and then it goes nowhere with it.
And it goes nowhere with it. And like, even to the point where he was like, well, I'm still a virgin. I had sex virtually. And I wanted to say, like, if that sex doll was being operated by, I don't know, a sex worker, are you a virgin?
The kind of question he's not interested in.
Like, he is not interested in twin vipers. And I am. That's the Black Mirror episode that...
Yeah, and that's an interesting question.
That's a really good episode. Yeah,
and getting into stuff about identity and
what's cheating.
Right. Yeah, there's a lot going on.
Yeah, that is
when you take a sci-fi kind of high concept idea and then you engage with it instead of it just being, set dressing for your dollar store cyberpunk.
Like basically it was 2 paragraphs of like, I don't know. Like I got a very puritanical jerking off is bad.
Yeah.
And like internet porn is bad.
Yeah, it just made him more depressed.
It made me think incel. It gave a lot of incel
yes.
vibes.
Yeah. But what he really needs is the pure physical love of a good woman.
Frau Artemis.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just
A good woman, not a bad one.
yes. He needs a good woman, one that's hot but not too hot.
As the book will get into, in hilarious fashion.
Oh God. So I'm like just over 50%. It's slogtastic right now.
Yeah, that is by far the worst part of the book.
Yeah.
When he's just depressed in his apartment.
Yeah. He's about to get, like, I'm right at where he's about to get the second key. Like, he's trying to get the Jade key.
Yeah.
Where I'm at in the book. And I want to have this discussion. Okay, so and I feel like I need to set this up a little bit for, you know, what unfortunate soul is listening to this or will listen to this in the future. There's a part in the book. Okay, so it's the Matrix meets Willy Wonka, and it's on the cover of my book. That is how it is described. This book. So there's a virtual Easter egg hunt, and Peter Parker needs to get his gold ticket so he won't be Pavo anymore. And the bad corporation. The thing that I want to bring up is the meeting with. I'm going to name him right. Sorrento.
Oh, yeah.
I want to call him Sargento. I really want to call him Sargento, the cheese man.
Sargento cheese.
Yes. Yes. Let me rest real quick before you. No
Okay.
shit.
Well, it was happening.
It was foretold. Well, you got him.
It's just him.
All right, I'm gonna. It's time
feel
to
good about it.
juggle that motherfucker. Dual juggle. Did I hit both of you?
I think he shotgunned me. I'm gonna punch him for that.
But okay, so he has. So he got the first key and he opened the first gate,
Right.
and everybody knows who he is, the hero, and the head of Evil Corp, which I'm going to say he just looks like my character right now.
Yeah, I mean that sounds about right.
But also, he totally looks like Grand Moff Tarkin. Like, I don't know if you got an Empire vibe off of it, but I was like,
yeah,
or evil Star Trek.
yeah,
which I guess is just the Empire.
yeah.
But so basically, evil corporation who wants to destroy the skate park and privatize it is like
Privatize it differently.
he wants to run it differently and charge more for teleportation. Like, he never stops and goes, wait a minute, why does it cost real money to teleport in a video game?
You're right.
And there's so many things in the game that I don't like because Wade is so indeterminate. Like when the main character speaks, it is with the voice of the author, so I cannot separate. I really, or at least like he's a younger version of Ernest Cline.
Yeah, at the very least.
At the very least, yeah, like just an immature version of the author.
And I think that's the proper way to read it, is that, yeah, the character does speak with the author's voice.
Yeah. Because they like the same thing, you know, whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you have something predatory like microtransaction squid, and And it's like there's no commentary on it. There's no hatred of it by anybody in the game. So it's just gospel truth. And because it was set up by Willy Wonka, it's completely fine.
Yeah, even though it's like the worst kind of pay-to-win game.
Yeah.
I mean, it's literally pay-to-win.
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
Because everything can be bought. All the best stuff can be bought.
Yeah.
You can't go anywhere to level up unless you pay.
Yeah. And that is the game. And it's like, oh, I'm sorry, your great Willy Wonka designed a bad game because he just made the real world in with a fantasy setting, a fantasy veneer.
Yeah, he made a shit predatory pay-to-win game.
Yeah.
To the point where poor people can just kind of do nothing on it, really.
Yeah.
So I'm not really sure what the poor get out of Oasis.
Yeah.
Since they can't do anything.
Yeah.
So why do they even use it?
Yeah, and honestly that's a good point, but I really want to get back to the Sargento meeting because I want to say the words "there's a bomb on the pizza." And I don't know if you made that connection.
I don't know if I did at the time, but
okay, and I don't know.
But it's appropriate.
And I've got two things to explain because I got to explain the part in the book, and also there's a bomb on the pizza. And I probably will need help with the bomb on the pizza. But in the book, he's offered a job, and he basically tells Sorrento to fuck off, and he has to flip the man, the bird, and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And the main villain, Dick Jones, Sorrento, is basically like, well, we've rigged your trailer park stack to explode, and if you don't take this offer and tell us where the first key is, we're gonna blow up your house. And he was in his secret lair, so he tells him he takes the gamble, and everybody that he lived around, because a trailer park is a bunch of like mobile homes and trailers stacked on top of each other in like a skyscraper, and that's what the trailer park of the future looks like. So it just blows up and kills bad Aunt May and Aunt May's dickhead boyfriend and the nice little old lady that he liked, and he doesn't feel bad about it, that he kind of caused it, or at least indirectly caused it.
Right.
Or he took that gamble with an insane person, and so everybody dies, and it really changes the tone of the book for like 5 minutes, and then everything just kind of goes back to normal, and it's just like Willy Wonka shit. Yeah,
it just doesn't stick.
And
even though mass murder was committed by the villains,
an act of domestic terrorism.
They blew up Alderaan.
And I did think of that it's like something that's just out of place, and the gravity is never dealt with. It kind of comes out of nowhere. It doesn't really do anything because he just uses his hacker skill to get a new identity. And I'm gonna go level while I continue to complain about this. So it doesn't matter. So it makes me think that it was a case of something needs to happen, or the book was supposed to be shorter, because all of the really like long and boring who gives a fuck middle bit happens after there's a bomb in the trailer park. So it makes me think stuff was added, like somebody was like, your book needs to be longer, or I don't know, the book publisher was like, oh, this is really good, you need to make it longer,
or it needs to have some actual stakes.
Or that, yeah. Like, it makes me think, like, Paranormal Activity, something needs to happen, says
Spielberg.
says Steven Spielberg, yes.
That's Spielberg. Something needs to happen in this movie, so at the very end, you get a jump scare. Yeah.
Yeah, so
I also think it's there in service of having the villains kick the dog.
that too. It is
they are real villains.
yes.
Yeah.
Yes, it is I feel like it is the most kicking the dog that has ever happened, at least that I've seen.
Yeah. Because until then, the stakes are like, they're going to make Oasis shittier. And it's like, well, okay. That's pretty low stakes, really.
Yeah, you know, as you develop, you're probably going to think, oh, it's already pretty shitty.
Yeah, it already sucks, and they're going to make it suck more. So the stakes aren't exactly super riveting.
Yeah.
So it is. It's like something needs to happen. Something big needs to happen. And also he needs to replicate a Empire Strikes Back
Yeah.
kind of situation where the hero's back on his heels. Right.
Yeah, yeah.
And now he's in the dumps and everything looks dark and shitty. Yeah.
All right. You got time for one more mission?
Yeah, I can do this next one.
All right, let's do one more. Yeah, anybody wants to team up, we're on Excelsior. So, hi, new girl. Oh, hi, new girl. We're also complaining about the book Ready Player One, so I'm sorry. And
the gift that just keeps giving for me.
Yeah, that's we're playing that. Anytime me and Brent talk, there's a high probability.
And now I'm just thinking, how am I going to convince you to read the sequel? Because I'd love to complain about it also, but
okay, that
is a tale for another time, as Mako said.
Okay, send me a tale, new girl, and I'll get you in. We can team up, but you gotta listen to "There's a Bomb on the Pizza." Okay, I don't know if I've told this story on stream before. I don't know. Have we talked about the bomb on the pizza?
I don't think so.
If we did, it was possibly, yeah, we're Red Side in Port Oaks, but because it was a role playing experience that I did not play in. It was like Friday and I don't even know if you were in it.
I'm wanting to say I was, but my memory is very hazy.
Okay, so
about this.
So it was like
I can't even guarantee that.
Okay, it was Alternity and it was like So this was a role playing game that I did not play in, but the kicker was kind of infamous in our friend circle, and basically
I was definitely there.
Oh, you were there. Okay.
Yeah.
Who ran it?
Oh my God, I'm wanting to say it was.
Was it Friday?
Oh, no, I'm wanting to say it was. And again, I can't guarantee this, but I'm wanting to say it was one of those two younger kids that hung out at Seven Towers.
Oh,
I can't remember their names. There was Edwin. What was Edwin? Who was the other one? I think it was the other one, the slightly older one.
Okay.
And maybe he was like, I don't know, 13. Maybe.
Okay.
That sounds correct.
Okay,
so let's go with that.
All right, we're in the weeds on this. So basically, a character, like a big Wookiee-like character, is like, hey, other teammates, let's go become pit fighters in the arena fighting thing. And this was Seth, wasn't it?
This was Seth.
It was Seth. Yeah. Okay, all right.
Yeah.
Bit of a dullard. I'm just saying. So.
Yeah, I think Sloth from the Goonies. You won't be too far off.
But spoiled rich kid vibes.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Just send me a tell. What is my name? My name is Arch Executus Zorn. I'm sorry.
Good luck.
Good luck. Good luck with that. So Sloth from the Goonies was like, "Do you all want to become pit fighters?" And he was the only big beefy character that he was a punchy barbarian style character. You know, Chewbacca wants to go become a wrestler in the arena, and the other two people in the party were like frail little shooty boys, like Dex builds.
Yeah, we had min-maxed our characters and dump statted strength, so we had the minimum possible strength for a human being.
Okay,
So we were these like just frail, wan people, but with maximum dexterity, so we could shoot really well.
So good at gun. Now I don't know if the
Bad at getting out of bed.
Really good at shooting things. So I don't know if the pit fighters allowed, you know, firearms in their death battles.
I can't imagine.
Loots the Goblin. Loots the Goblin is my global. I don't know if I'm not even in a super group with this character. So the shooty boys get asked, "Hey, do you want to become punchy boys in the arena of death?"
Yeah, do we want to get beat to death and have our fragile bodies shattered?
Yes. So
in the death arena. Yeah.
So when Chewbacca did not get the answer that he wanted from the frail lads, he offered a peace offering of a pizza. And when he didn't get the answer that he wanted, he told the dungeon master, the person running the game, "Well, there's a bomb on the pizza."
Which, yeah, had not been previously established.
Yes.
Not previously set up. It was impromptu in the moment. There's a bomb on the pizza.
So just want to let the entire internet, that little nugget with a Z, not an S. Squid gave it to you. Loots the Goblin. So yes, it's the bomb on the pizza, and Sorrento saying, "Hey, your trailer park is rigged with explosives." That is the thing that really just made me think that it's something that comes out of left field to make stakes occur, and there we go.
Yeah.
All right. Now,
and again, not even particularly well thought out.
Oh, I didn't click the right button. There we go. Invite to team. I have invited you to team. There we go. There we go. So that's oh shit. Shit. Can you give me the star really quick? Is that gonna?
Oh, duh.
Okay, my bad. Invite to team. All right, now I'll set you as the team leader. There you go. There we go. There we go. We're professionals. We are so good. Yeah. We're so good at this.
Pro gamers.
Pro programmers. Pro streamers.
Pro everything.
Yes. Not anybody can talk
pro
about.
Remembers of inside jokes from like 20 years ago. Kind of love being an old man now. Because I get to be like, 25 years ago, I remember. No.
All right, let's.
Jesus. All right. I'm gonna shoot a guy and open that.